I just got off the phone with my insurance company. The Civic is officially insured, and I'm on my way to the license bureau. I'll see you when I come out. Hopefully I will have a temporary pass and we can take the Civic for a drive. $145 later, and I have myself a set of temporary plates and a car in my name. That included the tax for transferring a used vehicle, as well as the cost of the temporary sticker. I have a couple finishing touches to put on the car. Hopefully this repair lasts until I get my e-test. I'm getting a pretty terrible smell in here, so I'm going to roll down this window a bit. Alright, let's try it out. Testing out these new brake pads as well. There are some brakes there, so we'll take it slower on the block a couple times. See how they feel. So you can still hear some audible rubbing from the steering wheel. Half of that is from the plastic cover, the other half is from the column. But I can't feel it in the wheel, so it's a very light rubbing compared to before. I'm also getting a rotational rubbing sound, which I believe is from the brakes. Yeah, the brakes are stopping well, even though it's cold and wet out here. I'm gonna left foot brake a little bit here, try and get some heat into the brakes, see if that helps the rubbing. No more rubbing sound. It's probably just the pads needed to bed into the rotors. Pulled into my driveway. Notice there's some smoke coming up from under the hood. Maybe that's what I was smelling. Smoke appears to be coming from the exhaust manifold, most likely from the repair that I did. I'd let the car cool down for 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna go for another short drive. Now I'm headed to the closest gas station, not for fuel, but for a vacuum to clean up some of the mess in this interior. I'm taking this for safety and e-testing. I want to make sure the car is clean. Vacuum cleaner is quite wet. That was a mistake. There we go. We're gonna go for our first highway trip. Car seems fine, not pulling to any direction. My steering wheel isn't centered. I did attempt to use the radio. It seems like the antenna either isn't working or isn't hooked up. I'm heading to St. Catharines now to get an emissions test. Hopefully by then the computer should have done its cycles and show ready monitors for everything. I'm driving with all the windows open. It's pretty smelly in here from that stuff from the exhaust. I'm certain that stuff is not great to breathe, so this has become an unpleasant trip. Just grabbed some lunch. Car's had 10 minutes to cool down. When I take it on the highway again, if it still smells, I'm gonna find out. So just passed my e-test. There was only a single problem. The evap system was not ready, probably because I've only driven 70 kilometers since I connected the battery this morning. Under Ontario emissions testing standards, you're allowed one not ready. So the car still passed. Alright, I got the heat on now. We'll see if it's still smelly in here. Seems okay. Smells like heat to me. I'm gonna close up the windows a little bit so I'm not quite as freezing. Very impressed. Car drives straight, doesn't pull. What do you want for $500? The car shifts okay too, considering it's this old. Okay, I get it now why people like these cars. Shifter feels nice, at least this one does. you need to go from 5th into 4th to get up any hills on the highway. And then if you want to pass anyone, you got to drop down to 3rd. So maybe if you're just the average Joe, you might find it annoying and underpowered, but I think it's excellent. I love it. So it's perfect for me. Just rolling through the gears. It's a good time. Definitely louder than it was before. So I'm thinking part of that repair on the exhaust manifold failed. Just what I was expecting. Hard to say if that's the exhaust leak under the car or coming from the engine bay. When I stop, I'm gonna check. Must be from underneath the car.